Hi there, I'm Anna from Anna Aspenas Designs, and today I want to talk about the AA Project 2020 and the coordinating templates, project template album number 6 that I released into the Anna Aspenas Designs range last week. So there are two parts to this particular experience. It's an annual project that takes place from the 1st of December through the 25th of December, and you'll see that within these PSD format templates for Photoshop and Elements, there is one template per day of the month. So I actually go from 1 through 25, but I provide a bonus template at the end, mainly because I design my templates for Photobook printing, and so it's nice to be able to use the backside of that page 25. And then I also include the numbers through the end of the month if you choose to do that, but I typically go from the 1st to the 25th. However, we do actually begin this project now in terms of planning, choosing themes, selecting photos, etc. So I wanted to go through the templates today and give you a sneak peek into some of the design features that I built in to help you tell your stories. Obviously, the idea here is to pick a theme, and then every day in the month of December, you will use one of the templates to add some photos and to tell the story within the theme that you've chosen. And I will be supporting you with 6 live sessions and an exclusive Facebook group. So the class is the first part of this experience, and when you go and sign up, then you're going to receive a number of PDF format content files which will provide you with guidance on how to start planning your project using my album magic proven approach, as well as guidance on picking a theme. There's a huge long list of themes to help you if you're having a hard time picking one. And then there is also lots of information about how to select the right photos, how to organize them, as well as choosing the digital art supplies that you're going to use without getting overwhelmed. The second part of this project, of course, are the templates. Now, you're free to use any of the templates that you want to use. I have created this set specifically for year 2020. I always include a lot of photo spots in my templates because, of course, we are photo enthusiasts and we have a lot of photos. But I figured this year, being 2020, we have lots of stories to tell. So the idea was this year was to create some templates with some flexibility for those of you that have more words. So you can see that the templates are delivered in a number of different folders. These will arrive to you once you've purchased the album as zip files. Incidentally, the project template album is 50% off through the 20th of December. I've extended that. And if you purchase the class, then you can get an additional $20 coupon, which brings these templates down to only $10. So you get 26 templates plus all of the wooden months and the numbers and the cover for less than 50 cents a template. So that's a pretty great deal. And you get that coupon when you register for the class. So obviously it's a great idea to do both. Officially, if you do the project template album, then it's going to cost you $30. If you just do the class, it's $30. But if you want to do the class and the templates, then it's just an additional $10. I always have a really hard time explaining that. Hopefully that's clear. If not, then you can always shoot me an email and I'm happy to help you. So we have a number of different folders, obviously, with the templates inside. We start off with the first template, which is the first page of the book or the album that you're going to create. And then we sort of launch into these single pages that create double page spreads. So the idea being is that one would be your day one of your album or your introduction. There's a nice space at the top here to put a title if you choose to do so. And then we launch into templates 2 and 3. I'm going to go ahead and open those up into my workspace by selecting them in my window and just dragging them into my Photoshop workspace. And you can see that I've added these turquoise line guides, and this shows you the bleed area of the pages. If you choose to get these pages printed as a book, then you may lose up to 1/2 inch where the book is going to be bound, and then up to 1/4 inch around the edges where the pages are trimmed after they've gone through this full bleed printing process. So the idea of delivering them in single format is that you can use them individually if you wanted to. If you want to use these as single individual pages, even though they're designed to go together, I will be showing you in Project 2020 how you can mix and match these templates, how you can modify them and change them up to make them work for the stories that you want to tell, the photos that you're using in terms of the number of photos and also the orientation of the images. So this was the reason for delivering these in single page format. The idea here is that when you are creating the pages, even though you're going to be working on number 2 for day 2 and you're going to be working on number 3 for day 3, I would definitely create a new 24 by 12 inch layout at 300 ppi. So what this does is it gives you an idea of what the pages will look like when they are printed and placed either in an album or printed in Photobook format. So if I go ahead and select the top layer in the layers panel of this template, hold down the shift button on my keyboard and select all of the other layers all the way down to the background layer, and then I'm going to select the move tool from the tools panel and then just drag this template over onto our new canvas, and I'm going to place it on the left hand side of the canvas. And you'll notice that I dragged a guide in from the rulers here, and this allows me to see where the center point of the album is. And then I'm just going to minimize that for now and then go ahead and do the same thing with this second template. And then this time I'm going to place it on the right hand side of the spread. So the reason being here is that you can then work on both pages at the same time, or when you have created the first page, then you can add in the elements that are going to make those two pages balanced. And of course, I'm going to be showing you how to do that throughout the project if you sign up for the class. So you can see that if I go back to this template here, we have a number of different text boxes here where the visibility has been turned off. And so these are what I call optional text boxes, where you can turn these on, and then if you want to, you can then remove the frames, thereby being able to modify the template fairly easily. Up until this point, I've sort of left this to you to do, but I thought that this time I would make it easy. And so now we have a lot more space for writing the story and then less space for the photos. So you have flexibility as to whether you want to include more photos or less photos. And you're going to see this approach as you go throughout the album. So if I go back to page 2, you can see that we have this text box turned off up here. And if I now go and turn off the frame layers, then the text sits quite nicely. We'd have to probably move this number 2 feature here. And so all of these elements are movable. And so if I wanted to use this page, for example, for day 5, then I could switch out day 5 with this number 2 here. So lots of flexibility to be able to make these templates work for you. I'm going to be showing you all the different ways that you can modify them in the AA project through the live sessions. And the live sessions will take place via Zoom live. They're going to happen on Mondays at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but they will be recorded. So if you sign up for the project, then you'll automatically receive all of the replays as well as invitations to attend the live events. And the reason I chose to do live events this year is because I feel like we all need a little bit more connection. And I have found that by doing more live events this year, it's a great way for you to interact with me and actually ask me questions in real time. So as I am showing and demonstrating some of the techniques and the pages that I'm creating and using, you can then ask me the questions that you want to know instead of me trying to guess what it is that you want to learn. So essentially this is your project, and your attendance and the questions that you send me to each of these live sessions are really going to dictate the types of topics that we're going to cover and the types of techniques that you want to learn. So I'm going to go and just show you the last folder of this project template album. This is where I've included all of the bonus materials. So you get 26 pages. They will go up to 26 days. I like to start on Christmas Day and use the last page as sort of a page for random photos that I wanted to include in my book but didn't really fit in any of the previous pages. I've also included these additional numbers here, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, if you wanted to take your project through to the new year, and then also these fun little wooden elements that will coordinate with those numbers. And then I've also included these months if you wanted, for example, to do a kind of a year in review book where you did a single or double page spread for every month of the year, including those key photos and stories that happened in each of those months, then it would be a great way to sum up a not so great year 2020. And again, there are some more really fun little wooden embellishments down here. And I've also included the layer style as well. This is the drop shadow layer style that I've added to the numbers throughout the template album. This way you can be consistent with your shadowing. And you can, of course, use this drop shadow for any of your other elements that you decide to add to your pages. And then finally, you get this photo book cover, which you can customize. So you can add your photo in, you can add different elements if you want to, and you can change out the title, but it just gives you a starting place for the cover of your album. So I hope that you like the new features in this particular template album. I really like the flexibility. I have a lot of requests for albums that have more journaling spots, so I really hope that this fits the bill. You'll also notice too that some of these templates have, in fact all of these templates do have a little bit of a Christmas theme going on with them. But if you wanted to use this template album for a non-Christmas or seasonal holiday, then you could simply just turn off these evergreen and bird elements. So you have the option also to remove these hipster plume elements as well. These are kind of flourishes. And then this makes this template album a lot like the watercolor template albums. And the same with this one. If I scroll down, you can turn off the evergreen option, the hipster plume, and you could add in your own elements as well. The bonus of getting this template album before the 1st of December means that you automatically get onto the holiday email list. And this is an email that I send out every day in the month of December from the 1st through the 25th. And it essentially has a lot of inspiration. It's usually word-based, so there'll be a word per day to inspire your page. There will be a definition, perhaps some quotes. There will be some color inspiration, perhaps some technique inspiration, product inspiration, all the inspiration to help you get your stories told. So if you decide that the project is not something you want to commit to, but you want to work on something in your own pace, in your own time, then this is the perfect place for you to start. If you have any questions about these templates or about the class, then please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm going to put all the information and all the links about the templates and the project. And I'm also going to include a video that I did a couple of months ago about using template collections, which will also help you in using these to display your photos. Hope to see you in class. Otherwise, enjoy the project, and I will be back in this space again very soon.